the Shoalhaven, where the council's in the news again. From rates to roads and trees that go, we're watching where your money flows.
In a chamber increasingly filled with noise, theatrics and political point scoring, one councillor stands out for doing the quiet, competent work of good governance. Today I want to talk about someone who doesn't chase headlines but deserves a few, Councillor Gillian Boyd. Now, full disclosure, I volunteered on Councillor Boyd's campaign, not because she was Labour, but because she was capable. And in an age of grandstanding politics, capability is rare. While others, like Proudfoot, White, Kemp and Wilkins, shout, posture and play to the gallery, Councillor Boyd does her homework. She listens. She asks smart questions. And she brings real-world public service experience to every decision she makes. She understands that local government isn't about slogans or spin and bluster with Chance on his radio show. It's about potholes, planning rules, childcare, footpaths, and making sure vulnerable people don't fall through the cracks. When the SIG bloc pushed for sweeping staff cuts, Councillor Boyd didn't just say no. She exposed the risks: service disruption, legal exposure, and long-term financial instability. While others were waving the flag of efficiency, she was thinking about consequences. That's the kind of leadership we need. Councillor Boyd is often described as part of the progressive bloc, working closely with Councillor Tribe, Johnston, Norris, Crickstelitis, and often Councillor Dunn, but she doesn't play factional politics. She's not in it to score points. She's in it to build policy that works, and she has the voting record to prove it. She voted against the nonsensible Gordon Timms rule on relaxing tree protections, an action driven by populist politics devoid of logic or science, a tree witch hunt. Against rescinding development moratoriums before proper studies were done, she co-led efforts to create better partnerships with community groups. She shaped the structure of the Finance Review panel and pointed out the bad look of the group being appointed by Patricia White alone. And she pushed for stronger budget targets and greater financial transparency. She's not against growth. She's against reckless shortcuts. Now, for those who think council should run like a business, Councillor Boyd might seem overly cautious, but her caution is wisdom. Because in public service, a rushed decision made to look decisive is often just expensive regret in disguise. She also understands something subtle that too many councillors miss. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room to have the biggest impact. She doesn't repeat words 3 times. She doesn't continually refer to no doubt about it or that brings me great comfort. What she does bring is focus on evidence, on process, and on the community. In behavioural terms, she brings signal clarity, not noise, relevance. Her brand is not performative politics like we see with Councillor Wilkins, Proudfoot, Clancy and Kemp. It's the authority of competence. And that's rare. In an increasingly divided and performative council, Councillor Gillian Boyd reminds us what local democracy is supposed to be. She's not trying to be a star or a mini-Trump, a Shakespearean actor or a barroom thug. She's trying to be useful. And that's exactly what makes her so valuable.
On the council, truth